everyone's brains on overload at this point.
Yeah.
That's always the case when we reach the end of our day here. By the way, as people are jumping back in, I have to tell you, really appreciate seeing all of the eCoach backgrounds today and all of the colors. I am going to try and snap a screenshot of everyone here once I'm done sharing my screen or before we completely wrap everything up. So please, if you haven't already, we'd love for you to have that up. I understand not everyone wants to put their camera on, and I respect that. But for those of you that are willing, we'll certainly appreciate that, because we do want to take something here to commemorate our fall 2024 eCoach Day. All right, and with that, I know the numbers are going to continue to go up here just as people jump in last, but we are going to do our quick wrap up here as I have 3:15 on the clock. So I know everyone, like I said, it's a long day. It's always a good day, but I know it's always information overload, and I'm sure you're all ready to just kind of unwind and decompress and really think about what you have learned today. So with that in mind, we do have a couple of thank yous we want to give out to our vendor partners: Adobe, Discovery, Lumio by Smart, Nearpod, Sphero, Wixie, and of course, Instructure. They don't have their graphic up here because we weren't sure what was happening with that yet, but of course, our folks from Canvas. Big thanks to all of them. They come through for us every year when we reach out twice a year and say, hey, can you present for us? And they are always very willing. And I will tell you, many of them mentioned in the sessions that I were in how much they appreciate eCoach Day and eCoach Champs and being able to speak with you. And this is truly, I think they really do mean something they very much look forward to, working with all of you during the course of these 2 days twice a year. We also want to thank our AACPS colleagues who presented for us today as well, Dr. Shannon Pugh, and of course, Ms. Monica Monk, who handled ThrillShare for us. And then we actually had a couple of eCoach Champ facilitators who stepped up when we asked them if they would be willing to fill in for us, because there weren't quite enough of us to go around. So thank you to Jeremy, Lori, and Stacy. We definitely appreciate you stepping up for us and dropping those chats and keeping track of questions for us and letting us know if there was something that we needed to address. So thank you to 3 of you. Being, we are a little slimmed down office right now, so knowing that we could rely on our eCoach Champs to step up really made a big difference for us. So with that, a couple of reminders as we're wrapping things up. Recordings and resources will be posted on the session catalog, so don't get rid of that link. We'll be taking off the Google Meet links and replacing those with the video recordings and any resources that the presenters provided with us ahead of time. We'll get those added on that session catalog. Feel free to use those however you see fit. I just ask for a little grace for us to get those posted. It is going to take us a little while, as it does take a while for us to download everything and get those linked. Just a reminder, eCoach Day does not go on your log. We are paying for a sub for you today. I wanted to point that out because we have gotten some of that on the logs the last couple of years. So please do not put eCoach Day on your log. We've paid for that sub for that. Some brief updates. Please make sure that you check the Brightspace community regularly for updates. That and calendar invites are our 2 key ways, really the only 2 ways that we are communicating with you right now. So please make sure that you are checking that regularly. We're able to go in and see who's getting in there. We're able to see who's been in the community. So please make sure that you are going in there. If you're not checking it regularly, make sure you set up notifications so that as we post announcements, you're getting those delivered to your AACPS email Outlook. So please, 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 we are posting there fairly regularly with updates as we get them. Goals are coming up. Those are going to be due on the 8th of November. The form to submit them will be available tomorrow. You are all required to do 1 goal this year for this first half especially. Be sure to think about your school improvement plans, talk to your administrators. What do we want the goal to be? It can be simple, it can be as complex as you want, but those are going to be due on the 8th. If you have questions about goals, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help. We also have some examples of goals that have been done over the previous years in the eCoach community under the Logs and Goals content tab. So feel free to go through there and see what some of your fellow eCoaches, eCoach Champs have done prior to that. Did want to let everyone know, and this kind of goes into our, please give us a little bit of grace here, that we are moving physically, our office. So we are going to be moving down to Riva Road starting on Monday. Monday's our big day. If you could see our backgrounds, the whole office is just filled with boxes right now. So please give us a little bit of grace when I say that we are, it will take us a little bit more time to get those resources up because we are obviously going through a rather big move. And we're hoping that our walls are all up when we get down there on Monday. So just to let you know, so moving forward, if for some reason you need to send us something, it's going to be to the central office down at Riva Road to our attention. And if you're at Carver for these last couple of months before Carver shuts down, we won't be here. So as much as we'll miss seeing you, we'll be down at the board instead. Excuse me, down at Riva Road. I keep always saying the board. With that, we're going to have a great afternoon. Thank you again all for attending. The final evaluation link is being dropped in the chat. If you used the note catcher or took other kinds of notes, there is a spot in the form where you will drop that. And then we will be getting those 4 sets, as I had mentioned earlier, of headsets, brand new. They're almost indestructible, and trust me, we've tried. To you, and those will be coming out sooner rather than later because that's 4 more boxes of stuff that we don't want to have to move on Monday. So keep that in mind. But we certainly hope that you enjoyed today. It's a big day for us. We always hope that it is beneficial to you. Feel free in the final evaluation. We do look very carefully at what you put on there and your thoughts and your comments. So we appreciate you taking the time to do that for us. We will hang on here as the team. If anyone has questions that they would like us to address, feel free at this point to come off mute. But for the rest of you, please make sure you, again, do that final evaluation. But enjoy the rest of the day. It's a beautiful day outside, so I hope you get out, stretch your legs after being on the computer all day, and enjoy the beautiful weather.
Carrie, I just want to jump in for a minute and thank all of the eCoach champions for their time today. You guys have all been engaged and collaborative throughout the day, which we really appreciate. I've been really enjoying reading all of the chats and the Q&A and seeing those insightful questions that you all are putting in there and having the opportunity to put some faces with some names as we're about to embark on a really busy year with all of you. And I also want to take an opportunity to publicly thank the instructional technology team for all of the work that went in behind the scenes over the last months to get ready for today and provide you guys with this really deep dive into some of the exciting things that we have to offer. So thank you everyone for all of your time and attention today.
Carrie, I just had a real quick question. So if there was a session that we weren't able to go to, is it going to be like in the past where it'll be posted and then we can, view it on our own time and
yes,
put it on, we could put that on our log because it would be on our own time.
Because it would be on your own time. Just make sure you submit the PD request form because we have to have that paperwork trail, and that form is in Brightspace.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I see a couple of you have posted in the chat, by the way, that you've missed an attendance session. Because the chat's getting rather long, shoot me an email. If someone missed an attendance link from one of the sessions, send me an email and I will get that sent to you. Okay, thanks for the good luck with the move. Thank you. I thought there was another one. Someone said something about virtual learning. I'm sorry? Oh, I was going to do the picture. Yes. Thank you. See? Hold on 1 second. Let me stop presenting. All right, let me close the chat here for a moment. We'll go back.
Is my background still correct, or is it?
Hold on, give me 1 second.
No,
you
Shayla,
are backwards.
you are
even
backwards.
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second, I'll fix it.
I know that was it threw us off too. It was like, well, wait a minute, it's backwards to me, but it's actually the same for everyone. So
how about now?
Now you're good.
You are good now.
Okay.
All right.
How do you unbackwards them? Mine's been backwards all day.
It's not
So
backwards to us.
Yeah, so I'm backwards for myself. So I flipped the image and then everyone said I was backwards for them. So
yes. So it's always backwards to you, but it's the right way around for everyone that is participating. So
okay.
I love seeing all the different colors on there. Okay. Let's see here. I just want to make sure we're on the upside down of the mirror. Yep.
Tracy, I love that you have Bo in the picture.
If you couldn't figure out the background, no worries. It's okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and snap a picture. Everybody smile. Like I'm going to bring up my snip tool. Give a big smile. Right. And we are good. Thank you for reminding me of that, Laura. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, we will get that out there. I did see that there was a question in the chat. Katie, I see you have your hand raised here too about virtual learning days this year. We are working, I know that is something that the district is working on getting some communication out about. MSDE did put out a memo about it, and I know that central office is working through what MSD is saying with what our AACPS expectations are. So just stay tuned for that, and we will get that out to you when we can, or once we know, I should say, because we'll go from there. All right. There is, I see a question there about Thrill Shower. Again, we are not sure yet. That is still being worked out. Keep track of any hours that you are doing for Thrill Share. We don't know what the situation is going to be for that. We offered the session today because we had been getting so many questions. And so we wanted at least the opportunity, since you were all the ones that were trained in that in the spring at the principal's requests. And so we wanted to make sure that those you had the opportunity to get some of your questions answered for that, being that team player that we always try to be. But we are still trying to work out what the payment and how that's going to look like for right now. So we just ask for you to have a little bit of patience with us. We'll hopefully have a answer for that by the time logs are due in January. I know we got some hands up there. Michelle, I've got your hand up.
I just want to let you know that I didn't change my background because I'm not the coach for my school.
No worries. There's one that was a supporter. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. We appreciate you being here and that you were able to come.
I just came as a media specialist, so.
And we're glad that you were able to do that for sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions popping up in the chat? I could virtual language Chromebook access. Nicole, in terms of the Chromebooks, we are pretty much in the dark in terms of what is happening with those. Certainly what we have technology was telling us that things were going to be taken care of. We don't know where everything stands with that one. So even again, when we think about virtual learning days, I know that it is a consideration, and it's something that we have brought up in the couple of conversations that we've been a part of for that one. So we're all kind of in the same boat on that one right now. I know it's frustrating. Believe me, we are very frustrated as well, especially as we see our application usage go down. It's breaking our hearts. Well, thank you. Glad you guys enjoy it. Labor of love for all of us. All right.
All righty. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too, Shayla.
Bye.
When I see you all again, can you tell me how to do the upload on the background,
Absolutely.
if you don't mind?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No problem. It's under the settings. It's under there.
Under options?
It's under
Three
visual
dots.
effects. The three
I went
dots, visual
online.
effects.
Apply visual effects.
Uh-huh.
Got that.
And then it'll pop up over on the right-hand side. And they'll have backgrounds for you to choose from, but at the very top, there should be one that gives you a plus sign where you can do your own.
Let's see. Yep, there it is. All righty, thank you.
You're welcome,
Have
Kathy.
a great night.
You
Bye.
too. Lucy, Stacy, do you guys have questions? Or are you just hanging on? All right, I'm going to end the call. I got to stop the recording.